Hello guys, this is what if ichika from Infinite Stratos. By the way, very good series. You should watch it, Infinite Stratos. It's only 2 seasons. Each season has about 12 episodes, but it's very good. So this is what if he has one for all. Sorry if you hear snorting. It's my dog. She's playing. Coco. She doesn't like to stop. So, Coco. Sorry. She's very playful today. It's like she had a cube of sugar. But she didn't have anything. But she's super hyper and wants to bite me. So sorry, continuing. It's what if ichika from Infinite Stratos has one for all. He doesn't receive it, he is born with it. Like if he was reincarnated from like Deku or All Might, I think it will probably be Deku, but he is not a reincarnation. This is what if he was born with it. So let's start at the start of the anime. Not completely at the start. It's as far back as the anime takes us, which is like when he was I think it was when he was like 9 or 10, and he was stolen by a corporation that wanted to do experiments on him. I don't remember. But I know he was stolen, and his sister, with her Infinite Stratos, IS to be short, which was against the rules. She was the last match to win the championship, and she stop, Coco. And she left the match to go to save Ichika. But when she got there, she just saw him broken arms and broken fingers and some strange red lines across his whole body. His clothes were torn apart. And everyone that took him and that was beside him, was on the ground, either unconscious or in a coma, because he literally pounded them, and they were full of bruises, broken bones, like a lot of blood around them. They weren't dead. None of them were dead. They were just in critical condition, either unconscious or, well, they're gonna go to sleep for a few years. So that's where it starts. She notices that he was the one that did this in the lines, and she notices that there's electricity crackling from him. Like, sorry if you hear this. Coco is too hyper. Let me see if I can stop her. So there. And now she's trying to bite me. Coco. She's too playful today. She doesn't want to stop. So she notices that it was him. And from where she saw him, he was delivering the last punch. He threw the punch literally threw the guy like a good 100 meters away. And she saw, as soon as that happened, his whole arm was bruised. And she also saw that it was broken. And I'm gonna tell you why. When he gets angry, he does not know the percentage or cannot control himself. This is going to be a good part for the what's happening. So I forgot what I was saying. So he used 100% of his power without even knowing, because he got scared. And a part of One for All on this what if is it does everything to protect itself and its user. Because like One for All, it's kind of a sentient being. It's like if it had a mind of its own, but it needed somebody to survive. It's like the symbiotes from Venom, but without it being a symbiote, it's just something that he was born with. So it's technically sentient, so it took over his body and started wreaking havoc with the people that took him. And now let's jump to another part back before we jump to the history, where the anime starts. And this is when he finds out he can actually ride a IS, short for Infinite Stratos, which only girls were supposed to be able to. And he's the only guy in the whole world that can run around and blah blah blah. He goes to the school for people that can ride Infinite Stratuses. And he is, now we are in the start of the anime. He notices that he's on a class full of girls, and Coco, stop it. I will one day do a video for you guys of when she's hyper. I'm sorry if I stop suddenly. It's because Coco is either hurting me or wants to play. Coco, stop it. As soon as I turn my eye, you start trying to bite me. There. She can't move. So, let's go continue. So he finds out he's on 1A. Well, yeah, it's 1A. Because if you never noticed, at least from what I remember, his class is also called 1A. And he does the same thing in the anime. He doesn't know who Amelia is, and that she's the person that comes from the UK, that represents the UK and has an IS of her own called Blue Tears. This one. This is Blue Tears and Amelia. And this... Sorry. And this is Ichiga's IS called Byakutsuki. Then there's Coco. Then there's Sarik. Then there's this one. Then there's don't remember these. I only remember this one and the Byakushki. So let's go to this one. This one looks cool. So, sorry, Coco doesn't stop. So, continuing. I forgot. Continuing. He gets challenged by Amelia, the one beside the woman with the black suit, which coincides. She is the main character's older sister, and also his teacher for the school, which is very funny. And he keeps calling her sister, but not calling her teacher. And she gets furious a lot of times because of it. But continuing, the girl besides the woman in black suit, that's Amelia. So he doesn't know this, and Amelia challenges him, and he's given the Byakuski. And she starts off the fight. Accidentally, she breaks the sword of the Byakuski, which is its only defense, offense. And she starts to penetrate the. They don't make jokes, because they have shields protecting its user. So she breaks the shields, making the IS, go back to the bracelet that he has right here, that bracelet that you see. So this guy gets completely mad. The teacher, which is his sister, sister, sees this and warns Amelia to either get out or fight with all she got. As soon as the Byakushki goes to the bracelet, he goes for it. Like, he falls on the ground before he turns on One for All. But he jumps, like, at 100%, breaking his legs. And everyone sees that his legs are dangling. Then everyone sees, like, his arm, like, the sleeves of his uniform breaking apart. And they see the red lines. He forms a fist, and let's just say she's flipped. So he goes for it. He punches Amelia in the face. He breaks through the shield. He literally breaks through the shield, and she flies far away. Like, let's say, like 500 meters away, and everyone sees this, that he broke Amelia's shield from her blue tier mecha, and they also see that he has his arm dangling, bloody, and is also broken, and they see that he cannot walk. Well, he's still falling, and before he actually falls to his death, One for All throws up, like, a flick of the finger at, like, 20% like a second before he hits the ground. He One for All does that. Well, it's conscience, and breaks the fall, also breaking Ichika's bones. And they see that he cannot move, but they see Amelia is unconscious, but he's still conscious. And they take even if his mecha broke, he is still the winner, because clearly her mecha took a toll on it. It literally, you could see its wings, this part here that's around the arms and legs. You could see, like, it broke in half, every part of the wings. Technically, they don't need that. It's just a weapon that she has. So that breaks, and she cannot move anymore. She's unconscious like hell, and she stays unconscious for a week. Well, Ichigo stays unconscious for like a few hours because of the pain, and he has to stay on bed rest for like a week too. And as soon as them both walk in, they just see Ichigo with a cast on both his arms, and he can barely walk. But he was like, I'm going to class today. He said the nurse, and the nurse even tried to stop him, but she just was afraid that he would do something to her, so she stopped. And brainstorm. Okay, so let's continue. So she doesn't stop him because she's afraid that he might do something. So she lets him go. He goes to class. He sees everyone looking at him because, well, what happened, and also that he is coming to class with all his bones and in his arms and legs completely shattered and still bruised and bleeding too. But the cast is taking most of it. He can still write and walk, but it's not as good. So they go out to the thing. No, actually, no. They find out that there's a new guy coming into schools, that he says that he can write the things, but he's actually a she. That's her. His name is Charles, but his actual name is Charlotte. And her mech is this one. Yeah, this one. And she's from France, which takes a toll on me because it's so funny, her accent. Then there's the German one, Laura. Then there's Ichika's best friend. And there's another one, but I didn't find her mech. This one right beside Amelia. I didn't find her mech at all. I couldn't find it. Sorry. So, let's stay in this one. So, I'm saying so much. Sorry. Continuing. So, they introduce themselves and they find out blah 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 blah, and they start training. And Ichika, till now has used 5% of One for All. This is like after his bones healed, like a month after, and they're Amelia and Emil, that's from another anime. Charles is I forgot. Charles and him are training. When they go back to class, Laura, the psychopathic German, she's quite literally a psychopath at this when she's introduced, but then she warms her heart to him. But continuing, my brain has stopped. I can't really know what I'm saying now. Okay, continuing. Now it's for sure. Sorry for the delay. So, Ichika, like, he gets slapped and he's challenged to a duel, which everyone advises Laura not to. And she doesn't know why, but she still goes through with it. And Emil knows that he has the power, but he doesn't know how. Well, Amelia knows that he has. Well, let's just say until he finds out that it's Emil. Charles knows that he has the power, but not his complete power. And him and Laura fight. Everyone with its personal IS, minus the one beside the girl besides Ichika, the one with this one, which is given in season 2. She doesn't have an IS until season 2, and this is season 1. So everyone that has a personal IS is out and has their IS on. And they see Ichika and Laura fight. Laura makes the brave mistake of, well, breaking through Ichika's shield, and everyone, like, sees him infuriated. Like, they could feel the bloodlust coming out of him. And Laura just looks at him and like, what the flip is happening? Because she sees the red cross, the red X on that Izuku has, but on Ichika's face. And he sees that some parts that are showing have a red line. And she sees that and she thinks that's very weird. Everyone jumps toward him, trying to stop him. And she doesn't know why. So she takes a step back, like thinking something's gonna happen. And it does. Let's just say everyone got thrown away very, very, very easily. At least now he's using only 50%. He still breaks the shit out of Laura's shield and throws her away very far, very, very far. And I'm gonna leave it right here. Sorry, guys. See you until the next.